OnePlus 6T and OnePlus 6 have received a huge Android update ahead of OnePlus 7 release. OnePlus 6T and the OnePlus 6 have just received a huge Android update ahead of the OnePlus 7's debut on May 14. OnePlus 6T and the OnePlus 6 were the Chinese tech giant's flagship smartphones in 2018 and were both praised for their rapid performance, stylish designs, and incredibly fast charging rates. OnePlus 6T is the newest of the two models and improved upon the solid foundation laid by the OnePlus 6 in a number of ways. One of the best new features introduced by the OnePlus 6T came with its fingerprint sensor that was embedded underneath the phone's display. The optical reader allowed for a futuristic method of accessibility that was also incredibly intuitive. OnePlus 6T also reduced the size of its notch when compared to the OnePlus 6, resulting in a larger screen overall. Finally, the newer OnePlus flagship also presented Android fans with a sizable battery improvement over its predecessor, delivering a 3,700 mAh cell that was easily able to last an entire day on a single charge. Although OnePlus is only days away from detailing the next generation of its smartphone lineup, the firm has not forgotten about its 2018 devices. That is because the OEM has announced owners of both products are now able to download the Android Q Beta 3. The release gives enthusiasts the chance to experience the next version of the operating system expected to debut in full later this year. Android Q is certainly more of an incremental upgrade for the software than a radical reimagining. Instead, it refines the mobile platform with some nifty additions. Android Q places a heavy emphasis on security and privacy, more specifically giving users greater abilities to control what information can be accessed by different programs. For instance, the new Google software allows users to choose when apps can gather location information in a greater level of detail than before. Instead of giving users a binary choice of whether apps can harness location information or not, Android Q allows fans to select if they would like programs to only collect such data when they are open. Discussing the alteration, Google said, "In Android Q, privacy has been a central focus, from strengthening protections in the platform to designing new features with privacy in mind. It's more important than ever to give users control and transparency over how information is collected and used by apps, and by our phones." For example, Android Q gives users more control over when apps can get location. Apps still ask the user for permission, but now in Android Q the user has greater choice over when to allow access to location, such as only while the app is in use, all the time, or never. The Android Q Beta 3 also allows users to experiment with exciting new features such as a system-wide dark theme and a fresh method of gesture navigation. OnePlus 6T and OnePlus 6 owners are able to download the software right now. However, the Chinese tech powerhouse has issued a number of warnings users should be aware of. First and foremost, the firm listed a number of known issues with the firmware. They were said to be: camera, portrait mode does not work. Ambient display is not working. System stability issues. Encryption will change in the next preview build. Some apps may not function as expected when running on this developer preview release. Issue with MTP cannot copy rollback from PC to phone. The Android Q Beta is not final software, and therefore it is likely more bugs than this will present themselves. OnePlus has also stated users who download the update risk bricking their phone, meaning it is advised the beta only be installed on devices that are not primary to users in question. Advising those that wish to download the update, OnePlus stated, "You should understand the risk of bricking your phone, read the instructions carefully and be 100% sure of what you are doing, and please always back up your important data before flashing." OnePlus has insisted the new upgrade is best suited for developers and early adopters, meaning not all users are expected to, or should, download it. The Chinese tech giant has provided links to download the firmware for both devices on its forum. Google is expected to release a final build of Android Q later this year.